yeah, and perhaps my voice might sound a little bit old, perhaps not like a teenage. Yeah, production cost-wise, we thought about getting a younger voice, but we weren't able to sample, get somebody who we thought was appropriate.
Oh, I think it works fine. Yeah, it's great. And so have you had an opportunity to test it on your students?
Well, no, not as such. I've done a few little performances. I've had a few tracks published in literary journals like Going Down Swinging and Cordite, and so I've done a few performances, and that's gone down well with the general public. So that's been good. And also the first chapter of the book and some of the audio tracks have been accepted by the Australian Poetry Centre they're making it into a monologue, so a little play. So that gives me confidence that it has an audience. And
That's great. That's great. Did your prize include any hard cash?
No, the prize was a publishing contract, which is look, that's all I wanted. It's so hard to get. So look, I'm just stoked to sort of get my foot through the door of an industry that's hard to get into.
Yeah,
I think, and that once now this has happened, I think I'm hopeful that it will open up other opportunities for me.
I'm reading in a piece from the Warrnambool Standard that you spent a year and a half working with homeless people in Los Angeles.
I did, yeah. Look, I was part of a small community there that worked on Skid Row. It's a very, very disturbing area, actually. If you've seen the film that's out recently, The Soloist, I'm not sure if you've seen that. It's actually set in Skid Row in LA. It's a very accurate picture. I think for outsiders looking in, they might think, oh, surely not in America, could there be places like that? But it's actually a very accurate depiction of just the poverty and crime and mayhem that is down on the city streets, the lower city streets in downtown LA and other towns in America. And so I worked there in a health clinic, dentist clinic, and just in a soup kitchen for a year and a half. And it was great, it was a volunteer job. And I think it gave me some sort of insight into what it's like to sort of be struggling on the margins.
So I wonder whether your next book might move from Housing Commission high-rise flats in Melbourne to the streets of LA.
No, not yet. I'm sort of halfway through a novel at the moment, but that's certainly an idea. Actually, but even probably where I'm heading next is I'm hoping to spend some time in East Timor, right over there. So my wife and I, she's a nurse actually. She's applying for a position over there. So hopefully that will come through, and then I'll be free to go over there and write.
It only remains for listeners to be clear about how they can access your book when it appears. That's right,
yeah. They can access it through the website, the Interactive Publications website, which is, I assume, www.ip.com.au. It'll be available through bookstores. It can be ordered through bookstores, and I think through Amazon and as an Amazon download onto Kindle as well.
Straight-staked winter vegetables, borderline perfect, in weedless plots of manicured earth. Ugly car tyres, sprouting tufts of green foliage. Caged garden beds, warning intruders to stay out. A dish-rack gate, swaying in the morning breeze. Big painted letters hung from the perimeter fence, spelling out the words Eden Gardens, reflecting hope inwards. The sculpture of a woman made entirely of old car parts, her skeleton veined by shoots of climbing bougainvillea. Other gardens, tangled labyrinths of snarling green, snapping at CDs dangled from string overhead. A communal garden shed, plastered with Crime Stopper posters in 5 different languages. A wooden seat carved into the shape of a moon, and a scarecrow dressed in a Collingwood jumper, its hair a plume of magpie feathers, heckling at those passing by. All around us, a garden. All around us, so much more. All around us, an ocean of human endeavour. Bent backs, calloused hands, words of advice. Green waves of creation, dotted by the flotsam of life.
James Laidler. Do, as he says, look him up on the Interactive Publications website and wait for his book to appear in book form. And you also heard recordings of Johnny's song Richmond Town and Up the Garden. I'm Kath Keneally. I do hope you've enjoyed this program, Writers Radio, supported by the Commonwealth Government and the Community Broadcasting Foundation. Hope you can join me again wherever you're listening, same time next week.
One man's heart.